cybersecurity issues, there's sort of two parts to this equation. The first part has to do with the affordability and the availability of insurance to cover the cyber risks that businesses, companies, and individuals have. And we know that that market has been tightening. And part of the reason that the market has been tightening and costs have gone up is because of the number of incidents, and particularly with respect to ransomware. So, but sometimes a market hardening and reinsurers tightening up is not always necessarily a bad thing, because what it often does is, and what it's doing here, is it's driving underwriting. Okay, so companies are becoming much more precise and much more thorough in their underwriting, which means that they are enforcing, they're encouraging risk mitigation. And that risk mitigation activity ultimately is what's best for the market. So they're insisting upon good cybersecurity hygiene by their licensees, and they're bringing resources to that discussion so that companies can implement those good hygiene practices. So that part is a good thing, but we do have to be aware, right, ultimately, that there can be very large incidents that occur, and so there is productive conversation about a sort of a governmental backstop for the risk that government doesn't want. On the cybersecurity front, from a regulatory standpoint, as we're enforcing those same kind of hygiene standards on our licensees, we've done a tremendous job at the NAIC with the Information Data Security Act. It's been adopted now in 22 states. It looks like it'll be adopted in several more this year. And the AH Committee's working group there is really focused on bringing along regulator tools to make sure that when we get information about incidents, that we are able to address them appropriately, and also we're able to really monitor from a market conduct standpoint the sufficiency and compliance with the model law of the standards that are in the model law. So H Committee is, its working groups are fully occupied and doing, really great work moving forward with their agenda. The Privacy Protection Working Group will have its new model, a modernized, updated, consolidated, single new model to look at privacy protections. That should be out for exposure within the next couple of months. The cybersecurity group I've already just talked about. E-commerce is really working very hard on finalizing a set of practices that they've identified that regulators can step back from because they kind of inhibit commerce, but without any real consumer protection. So excited to see that work product. I've seen a preview of it. I think companies can be really happy with it, and we'll have a lot of rich discussion around it. The Big Data AI Work Group has announced some of their work here at the NAIC, and the analysis that they've done of the use of AI within private passenger auto products, and extending that into homeowners and life insurance. We're going to see a lot more coming out of that. That really informs the foundation of a lot of the other work that we're doing as we move, for example, the AI principles to AI guidelines, which is part of the work of the collaboration forum now. So as people are aware, we created a collaboration forum on algorithmic bias, bringing lots of NAIC working groups together to try to address this issue. The membership as a whole has decided that we do need to act to regulate AI use by industry. We need to do it now. We need to do it in the form of an interpretive bulletin. So we have our working groups coming together to sort of lay out that guidance and those guidelines, which will include a fulsome vocabulary. So we have a lot of work ahead of us in the next year, but I think it's all really positive work, and I think it's really already well underway.